I choose walking the spirit is difficult, dealing with all of the ignorance. But in the Bible and still talking about the Bible, what is the benefit? Everything about you counterfeit, there ain't no rebuttal you can counter with. On the internet, you the master teacher, in real life, you powerless. Keep it real with you, I don't have time for this, I ride for this, my forefathers died for this. They cry for this opportunity, presently I possess, and right now you are the opposite. If you walk in love, you fulfill the law, don't get involved and you ain't giving it all. If you ever think it's cool to threaten another man's family, then you already lost. Chemtrails got aluminum, heavy metal saturate the atmosphere. Manhattan Project, time travel, Mandela effect, what happened here? GMO food processing to the whole world become obsolete. A black man who believes in Jesus got my own team taking shots at me. You trespassing on property that you don't fully understand properly. All the back and forth, that's not for me, that's for ROC and the war machine. If we ride together, then we ride together. If we can't do it, I'd rather leave. I still stand on the word of God till the day I die and no longer breathe. We trapped inside the diaspora, nightmares of the massacre. Cold sweat, I'm below deck, in the middle passage, just a passenger. Revolutionary hardcore, liberation, that's a hard job. You ain't ready, you a oddball, keep your mouth closed like lockjaw. I learned trying to bring people together on the same page, make them separate. All the talk about reconciliation, when the time come, you hesitate. If Jesus was able to sit at the table with a bunch of sinners, you very fake. Your steps ordered by the Lord, and how it was yesterday, your big mistake. We the city sitting on the hill, guess it all depends on how you live. Guess it all depends on how you feel, and we both know that ain't God's will. I stood on what I felt was right, I don't never question if God's real. Trapped inside this matrix, I'm about to pop the red and the blue pill.
Bless them which persecute you, bless and curse not. Rejoice with them that do rejoice, and weep with them that weep. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, said the Lord. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Romans 12:14-21.
You're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not Manny. I am Peyton Manning level, I'm on GOAT status. I think I'm the baddest mother lover ever walk on this planet. Damn it, you could never see me, you could never beat me, you could never be me, disrespect me, and I'm eating all of your pizza. I know I'm not right, I know I'm not white, I know I'm gon' call the popo on you if you hit me. I don't fight, I'm a rapper, I don't write. Rio, you got all that hype, that's the stuff that I don't like. Why you laughing at my height? I wish I could slap your face. You just think you're so amazing, you just think that you're the greatest. Why you bucking Tom Brady? I am Peyton Manning, end of conversation. You just hating, I am Peyton Manning, say it. I am Peyton Manning, say it. No, Dibble God plan, that's a Drake line. Beat the midget up, that's a hate crime. 8 towns on 3 game time. Got the trunk knocking from the baseline. I'm all about the money, baby, crocker cake time. Chopsticks on deck, no Shanghai. 4-5, you come to my waistline. Keep the 4-5 tucked by my waistline. You soft in the middle like fruit pie. I know it hard for you to walk a straight line. You wouldn't throw trays in the food fight. Know what I heard through the grapevine. I know you don't mind wasting your time. I would just prefer you didn't waste mine. You gon' get what coming to you in due time. Little pussycat running from the K9. You're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, you're not hating Manny, hating Manny, you're not hating Manny. You're not hating, Manny, hating, Manny. You ain't nowhere in my category, mandatory for me to tell you that you were very boring. And the moral of the story, I wish I could just ignore you, but I gotta burn your body, put you in the crematorium. And I'm the only audio inside the auditorium. And when I'm finished with you, you will not have no memorial. You wanna be Luigi, but you're not ready for Mario. And no scenario, running circles around your cardio. And that's a body blow, it's not a secret. Everybody know that you ain't coming close. I leave you comatose, and you become a ghost. I overdose, I gotta overload. That's when the windows of heaven open up for me with the overflow. And I can feel the power moving within every last chromosome. Battle right around the corner, you already know it's on. Understand me, you're not hating, Manny. You're not hating, Manny. Woo!
Peace, peace, peace. What it is, it's your brother Tyvon Swainell, aka the Orthodox Moore, aka the Seven Pillar Saracen, aka Brother Moore. Wishing you all peace and blessings. So, real quick, family, y'all see the title. Y'all know what it is. There's been a lot of allegations flying back and forth for a hot minute. And I want to make something real clear, family. This is not a beef thing. This is not me saying I got beef with all these individuals. I made this clear over a year ago when I started making videos about pews, etc., that all these individuals knew about. That I put out a disclaimer that just because I disagree with you does not mean I got beef with you as an Israelite. We can differ on all kinds of doctrines. Doesn't mean I beef with you. Proof of such is I've been a part of multiple different interfaith groups that debated on things. I was part of an interfaith group in that dealt with speakers, corners, Muslims, and whatnot, to where I was a Quranist dealing with Sufis, Sunnis, Shias, etc. And we were just building on where we could try to like find commonalities in the Quran and whatnot. In America, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Building with my brothers over here and whatnot. I was part of the Yahweh War Machine, or the YHWH War Machine, to where it was a group of Torah-only Israelites, Messianic Israelites, Islamic Israelites like myself, and Christians defending the Bible in conscious community debates. And in doing so, I helped draft a 7-point plan to where we would, on what we were able to agree on and how we would respectfully disagree on things. My brothers will all tell you, if they were debating a Muslim, I was the first person talking to them, giving them talking points, giving them verses, giving them Quran verses, giving them Bible verses, etc. Like we had a I'm gonna break down the 7 pillars one day so y'all can see how we got down. But yeah, just because I disagree with you does not mean I beef with you. In fact, like I got no issue working with you where we agree and respectfully disagreeing where we disagree. That's been my consistent MO since I've been in this thing. I've been in this thing for years, fam. This is my 3rd channel, not my 1st channel. This is my 3rd channel, not my 1st channel. My first 2 channels got shot down for walking on 3rd rail conversations and whatnot. Because what I do is I'm comfortable in what I believe. I'm not emotional about what I believe. I come to my beliefs in a very rational way. My beliefs in God, my beliefs in science, my beliefs in my nationality, etc. All of them are a rational concept for me. So when someone wants to talk to me about the challenge realm, I got no beef on the concept because I got there on a rational thing, you know what I'm saying? So if someone wants to approach the rational side of it, we can have that conversation. If somebody is attacking me, I understand. Like I can see where people trip on that, right? And no issue. Yeah, like when you're attacked, you should defend yourself. Like protect yourself at all times, for real. No issue with that, right? But if somebody's asking me legitimate questions, I shouldn't have an issue answering those questions. And so where I come into the community is that how to explain this. I've encountered a lot of people who were skeptics, who were not getting their questions answered, who were asking really good questions, and they might have been doing so in a very antagonistic way. But just because it was antagonistic, people weren't able to deal with the questions and whatnot, or they were using the antagonism as a reason to not deal with the question. You can see this going back to, like, I got videos where I'm talking to people like Sarah Garvey on Speaker's Corner and whatnot, right? Very much so like a Garfield or a Chris Harris or whatnot. Get rid of the Bible. Our people got nothing to do with the Bible, etc. We should go back to our own traditions, yeah, all them kind of things, right? We're able to sit down and have a conversation. I talked to that dude multiple times, online and offline. A bunch of hangouts and whatnot. Online, like on the video you see, we can agree and disagree on certain things. We'll beef on a lot of stuff, right? Offline, y'all should have seen me in the hangouts, fam. Shoulder to shoulder with him, going at Muslims about the age of Aisha and whatnot. Because there's Muslims trying to defend the age of Aisha being 6 and 9 and whatnot, right? And so I'm breaking down to them why he, as a skeptic, has a legitimate argument as to, like, why that should be considered pedophilia, and how they can't make those arguments based upon the Quran, etc. How the Quran does not agree with what they're talking about. Stuff like that is why I got channel shut down before, right? Because people get emotional about the fact that I point out the skeptic has a good argument. That doesn't bother me, fam. Like, what bothers me is when a skeptic makes a good argument, no one makes a counter argument, and somebody who's sincere in their beliefs, who's unprepared information-wise, runs into that skeptic, and that skeptic challenges them on their beliefs, and they can't stand on it, and it shakes them. And then they go ask questions. Well, what do I do with this? What do I do with that? And no one's got answers for them. And eventually they turn into a Garfield, or they turn into a Chris Harris, or they turn into a Sarah Garvey, all of whom used to believe in the Bible. All of whom used to believe in the Bible. So I want to make this clear. I do not apologize for holding that, for holding the position in the community to where I'm going to go engage the skeptics. I will never apologize for that. And like I showed earlier, I was showing debates where I was debating skeptics, right? And I showed in my community post to where actually debating them made me get better at what I was talking about. Like in my first debate with Chris Harris, what I'm defending is the Bible anti-African. One of my main arguments is the fact that he's talking about like the Egyptian captivity and whatnot, right? And the fact that the Bible's denigrating Egyptians and whatnot. I'm like, no, the Bible says those were Assyrians that were oppressing us in Egypt, not actually Egyptians, man. And so he challenged me, well, can you produce the Egyptian or the Assyrian Pharaoh of the Exodus? At that time, I could not. We ended up debating later that year on that very same topic. And I introduced the very same I introduced who the Assyrian Pharaoh of the Exodus was and his name in Hebrew in the Bible. To date, I have yet to see anybody do something like that, right? Is that me to my own horn? No, I'm saying a skeptic sharpened my argument because I'm sincere about this thing. He asked me a question that I couldn't answer in public. I needed to be able to answer that question in public for people who wanted an answer for that. For people who were sincere about this thing. Proving the Exodus and the historicity there. So for instance, proving the fact that the Bible contains the Israelite account of the Thera eruption is no small thing. Proving the name of the Pharaoh of the Exodus in the Bible is no small thing. I would have not done either had a skeptic not challenged me on my beliefs. Can you prove this? Not yet. Let me come back to you right quick. When I knock on your door, understand I'm going to have the answer in hand. And it won't be something that's based on a fallacy. It's going to be something that's scholastically airtight. Could I get into everything in the debates, fam? No. When I break down presentations on it, you'll see what time it is. The Bible got two timelines. One of two potential timelines. Either or Like, shout out to my man Anonymous Hebrew. We're talking about the fact that either timeline breaks down the concept that the Bible is the Israelite account, contains the Israelite account of the Thera eruption via the Exodus. And again, we both engaged this concept because we were dealing with skeptics in the conscious community. Unapologetic about the thing, fam. Know that. I'm gonna stay unapologetic about the thing. When I started talking to certain Israelites like Sister E, Dante, all them, right? I let them know off rip, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to engage the skeptics. I'm going to engage people like Abu, people like Garfield, etc. And I did such, and they were happy that I did such. People like Pastor Kelly and Benign were happy I did such. I was giving them cover fire when they couldn't prove the cats thing. Me engaging skeptics was all good when it benefited a certain group of people. Me engaging skeptics and me engaging them skeptically is a bad thing now because they got to prove their stances. And because of it, we're seeing the same tactics over and over again. Now they got to run the smear campaigns, or they got to pound the table with special pleading. So I'm real clear, fam. This is not a beef thing. The only reason I'm making this video is because I was falsely accused in the public of certain things. And this tactic got to stop. This is the whole reason why I spend a lot of energy, and the people around me know this. I spend a lot of energy keeping my integrity good out here, keeping my name good out here for reasons just like this. This is why the Most High got me in this community, fam. To remind everybody, you know what, fam? We got to clean up in-house first before we ever go outside of our house talking about anybody. We're supposed to go to our people first and then the Gentiles cleaning this thing up. We're making way too many emotional arguments, fam. And we need to walk that back. And we need to use these scrolls to clean up with and get right. Because right now, we're out here looking crazy, fam. We got people making up scholars and it's cool. We got people lying in documentaries and it's cool. We got people directly lying to you on their channels and making false accusations about people and it's straight and it's defendable. No, it's not. There is no awakening without integrity. I showed y'all the verses the other day, breaking out the remnant of Israel would have no deceit and lies in their mouths, that they would be doing no iniquity. Nowhere does it say that Israel will become its own crafty council, that Israel will become its own secret society. That's not what the scrolls say, fam. So for the mere fact that I'm making this defense of myself via the scrolls, right? Matthew tells me I'm supposed to go to my people privately. Did that. Try to go to my people privately with other people. Tried that. Now I got to take it to the elders. Now I got to take it to the people. And again, this isn't me condemning anybody. This is me at this juncture defending myself against a multitude of false accusations. I got 5 Israelites. 6 Israelites. I got 6 Israelites at this juncture coming at me sideways because I've not changed my stances, because I've been consistent. Someone help me understand that. So, family, I love y'all. And because I love y'all, I don't mind giving y'all the tough love. I'm built for that. Y'all want to come at me? Come at me. I'm the wrong one. You don't want to challenge my integrity publicly, fam. It's not going to work out too well when you watch this thing out. It won't work in the wash, and it will not work in the rinse. This is the whole reason why I try really hard to keep my hands clean. But this is also why I remind my people we're supposed to have the cleanest hands, teaching people how to have clean hands. That's the whole reason why we're a nation. So I'm going to say what I always say and get into this presentation, fam. If you are within the sound of my voice and you got the nerve to raise your hand and say that you're an Israelite, just understand you're volunteering for the hardest job in the world. You are volunteering to be the living embodiment and living representative of the ways of the Most High to the nations. I am the Psalm 67 Israelite. We are not even eligible to get our blessings from the Most High until we show the saving health, the Yeshua of the Most High to all nations. The point of this awakening that people are talking about is not the fall of another nation. It's not Israelites being recognized and made to be feel special. No, it's us as Israelites finally living up to being a light to the nations where we had not been doing so before. It's us living with this law in our inward parts, being a light to the nation, the light to the nations, to where they're drawn to the light of our rising. Bring us home to the mountain of the Most High as an offering to the Most High. People are talking about this thing like it's a punishment, like it's supposed to be a punishment thing, and we're not talking about the redemption aspect of this. For everybody involved, for Israel, for the oppressors, etc. And that's why this thing needs to get slowed down. So one, again, I'm not going to apologize for having these slow dialogues with skeptics, because here all eyes gaze on us in the public, fam. And the public, the people coming after us, our children, grandchildren, etc. They deserve us having this slow conversation. They deserve growing up in a world where people don't look at them like they're scholastically crazy, because they believe making a fallacious argument to begin with is a good scholastic argument, because that's where we're at right now as a community, fam. Starting off with the fallacy is considered a scholastic argument. Special pleading and double standards are considered the law of the land right now. That's no good, fam. We're gonna get no respect as a people like that. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So with that, family, I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna get into this thing. Let me play this one more time. Make the screen big. Going into the part two of this thing, but this is really a part one of the defense against the claims at this juncture, right? What is special pleading? An attempt to exempt oneself from a set of criteria they expect to be applied to other people and circumstances. Example: sure, breaking the rules should be punished, but she is my daughter. I know she didn't mean to do it. That's the definition and an example of special pleading. And so this is where we're starting off our arguments, family. And this is no good. This is why a lot of people aren't being taken scholastically serious. And if your goal is to not be taken, if you're not trying to be taken scholastically serious in this whole thing, what's your goal, fam? What are you trying to accomplish? That perplexes me to no end. If you're trying to prove your case, and then someone comes and says, wait, that information doesn't pass the muster. You should try to raise the bar on that. Or you should try to refine this. You try to like, they're evil people now, even if they're your own people. It's not a good look, fam. Not a good look. So I'm gonna break down a whole bunch of charges I got to get into. A whole bunch of. Like I said, a whole bunch of special pleading that's got to get addressed. And again, this is not a beef thing. I got no beef with Dante Fortson. No beef whatsoever. There is a lot we do not agree on. I'm finding out now, looking at a lot of people's rhetoric and understandings of certain things, like how they actually understand the Bible and what they believe prophetically, etc., whatnot. And unfortunately, people have been trying really hard to keep their true views close to their chest instead of just really, you know what I'm saying, shouting from the mountaintops. And it took me a while to figure out how a lot of these cats believe on certain things, right? And yeah, it's coming out now. A lot of people got it. Like they got to be more vocal about the skin doctrine now, right? Do I agree with skin doctrine? No way, shape, or form. No way, shape, or form. And a large aspect of what you're going to see me working towards in terms of the ministry aspect is actually trying to alleviate that concept in the community. Because that's skin doctrine is idolatry, fam. And there's no way there's going to be an awakening based upon idolatry. That's just simple facts. Like, again, point of fact, right? Dante, his DNA is a subclade of EM34, right? Black as midnight, right? Now, the people he's rocking with are saying that other people who have the same DNA can't be Israel because they look different than him. Like, that's idolatry, fam. That's 100% idolatry, and there's no way an awakening can be built off that. Like, again, the remnant of Israel is supposed to do no iniquity and have no deceit in their mouth. There's things we got to do in order to be part of that awakening. It don't just happen. It doesn't just happen magically because you say you're Israel. No, fam. There's obligations to this thing. Like you saw me in my previous debate, you know what I'm saying, where the Israelites were execrating themselves, cursing themselves and saying amen if they didn't do certain things. No, there's obligations to this thing, fam. Being a light to the world is a heavy obligation that you are raising your hand for. But instead of getting better at that particular job and focusing on that job, we're bickering over this nonsense, such as this here. Just a quick community announcement. After the Orthodox War is a liar that has a complete lack of integrity. He has chosen to go on Berin TV and lie about me removing videos. The source he claims I removed in the Cambridge source, or is the Cambridge source that I quote from constantly in multiple videos for multiple different reasons. The same source that I personally sent to Berin and Alton Johnson has shown on Berin TV. He has intentionally deceived people for whatever reason, but here is the source and quote he's lying about. Ooh. And he breaks down the source from JSTOR, etc. In southern Nigeria, the natives call Black Jews the strange people on the Imo Yoquaim. They are called the B'nai Ephraim, the sons of Ephraim. They claim that their ancestors came from Morocco, and this is supported by Godby, who noted that their language is a mixture of Maghrebian Arab, or Arabic, I should say, ancient Hebrew, and local patois. For example, Abu meaning father became Ya'aba. For mother is close to the Hebrew word. These Imo Yoquaim Jews live in the Andu district and have a copy of the Torah. This is from Black Jews, the Religious Challenge, page 20, 25, 235, etc., right? So pay attention. There's a lot of claims being made here. Okay. So I'm going to read this whole thing and then I'm going to break down the claims. And in particular, the claims I'm going to address, because a lot of this stuff is emotional rhetoric. And I don't deal with a whole bunch of ad hominems, right? I'm going to deal with the factual claims. But it goes on to say, those videos have not been removed, nor were they ever posted specifically to help Pastor Kelly, as many of you already know, Moore lacks integrity, and in the past has made excuses to cover for the lies of Abu and Garfield. Now he's trying to run with the foolish narrative that I need to call at We Woke Now, Boom Church, and Benai Israel Liars on a continuous basis over Dr. Katz. Moore claims that I supposedly hid this source to help Pastor Kelly, but in reality, I'm the one that mentioned it during a live to draw Pastor Kelly's attention to it. Not sure how removing it would help Pastor Kelly at all. Moore completely fabricated a story of me deleting the source. He fabricated a reason for me supposedly deleting the source. And even after I sent him a DM letting him know that it has not been removed, he tried to change the subject back to Richard Katz. I made my position 100% clear on Katz. That's not my fight, nor am I obsessed with the pews or any other single piece of evidence for that matter. Nobody but Moore is asking me about Katz. Moore likes attacking the community because it brings him attention. His channel is boring, and without constantly attacking people, his channel can't survive. He claims that Israelites have lied on him, but I honestly don't pay enough attention to Moore to know what he has or hasn't said that people are supposedly lying on him about. He is a fence sitter, as he accuses me of, because I've showed him proof that Garfield has lied and moved the goalpost. You don't see him calling out Garfield, and yet Moore chooses to lie on people in our community. Tazarah has shown him proof of Abu lying multiple times, and Moore has yet to go in public and call Abu a liar. He is a self-righteous hypocrite with zero integrity, as far as I'm concerned. Lastly, he has never been offered a bag by anyone, except maybe to get on Barin's channel and tell lies. That's another invention he made up. Nobody, and I mean nobody, with only 1,000 subs is getting offered a bag, unlike Moore. I wasn't offered anything. I've been making money online since 2002 or so. I know how to get my own bag, and I don't need the handouts Moore is apparently fantasizing about. He seems envious of all Israelites with much bigger platforms than his, and it's extremely sad, borderline pathetic for a grown man to be envious of other grown men and women. This man is delusional and completely lacks integrity. I just want the community to be aware of this snake, how this snake is moving, and nobody kicked him out of the community. He's been a snake over and over again. And after I finished a copyright strike, after I finished copyright striking his channel, for every piece of content from his channel that he has posted on his channel, the Epic Israelite Build with Moore will be removed from public visibility on my channel permanently. Anyone that re-uploads it to their channel will be hit with the copyright strike. I apologize to the community for ever bringing Moore on my channel. I believe in handling community matters, especially personal community matters in private. But Moore is an attention whore with no other means of drawing interest to what he does. This is why I'm making my position on Moore 100% known. Him leaving the community is a win for all of us. Anybody riding with Moore that has a wrench on my channel is losing it. I repeat, anybody riding with Moore that has a wrench on my channel is losing it. You're still welcome to listen and participate, but that wrench is going away. Feel how you want to feel about it. A lot of accusations there. Along with that, he posted up this bit from our Facebook conversations, right? This is me talking, right? My hand on the Bible and Quran. In our video in January of 2021, Anonymous Hebrew and I both seen inside of the short video you did citing the source speaking of Maghrebi Arabic, Hebrew, and Patois. You brought it up particularly to do with the pews and had even sent the info to Kelly. Go swear on the Bible Katz is real and that Kelly, Majors, and Benaiah haven't been out here lying on me and on the sources they present. Show your lack of special pleading and go out here and publicly call Kelly. That should say out here and go out here and publicly call Kelly, Majors, and Benaiah liars, bro. You're a fence sitter at best, making merchandise to the people. Hashtag rejected the bag. So, yeah, why you would show one photo and not the rest of them? is very interesting to me, considering you call yourself the king of receipts. But allow me to bring some context to this. So this is something he didn't show you. He says, "An FYI, I'm not required to go call people liars. I'm not a clown like you. Let me know when you're ready to call the Boo and Garfield liars. My view on cats is public. Let's see if you have enough integrity to apologize for lying and make it clear that Garfield and Boo are liars. Anything short of that, miss me with your self-righteous hypocrisy." My response, bro, one, this isn't a short video, nor do you show, because in the previous response on our show, he's trying really hard and really fast to go find some videos to tell you that, to go show the public that, oh, they haven't been taken down. And in a rush, he fumbles a bunch of times. And so this is one of the fumbles, right? Bro, one, this isn't a short video, nor do you show the source I was talking about in this video. Smack my head. This is your proof. Two, you won't call out Kelly, Benaiah, or Majors for lying, even when presented with proof. Yet you want me to call out Boo and Garfield for lying with no proof of any claim shown. And I'm the hypocrite? Hashtag special pleading 101. And this is the point, fam. This is the whole point. What if I told you that was special pleading 101? All them claims, all them accusations. A certain group of people are required to do one thing, but I'm not required to do that at all. You got to do this, but I don't got to do that. Fam, that's special pleading. Examples thereof. Dante is not required to call people liars, even with proof. Even with proof. I'm supposed to call people liars for Dante without proof. Without proof. Dante is not required to defend me against Israelites at all. Again, you've had Teo and Jacob attack me over my religion. And Dante was the one who interviewed me over my beliefs. It could have come out publicly and said, no, Moore doesn't believe none of that type of stuff. Moore actually came out against all the stuff you were talking about way beforehand. And as a matter of fact, Tell you were in the chat in the video watching it, commenting on the thing. He's not required to do that, fam. He's not required to come out and be like, nah, Benaiah, Majors, Kelly. No, Moore did not dox the professor as you're claiming. And it's obvious because he's put out information to such. And y'all actually accidentally doxed the professor in trying to accuse Moore of doing such. Dante's not required to do that. Yet I'm required to defend Dante against non-Israelites. Again, this is all special pleading, fam. Dante can make public accusations with absolutely no proof. No proof. But from two witnesses, the biblical minimum, to mountains of evidence, it's not enough. It's never enough. So, for instance, in this situation here, do I have a screenshot of him taking down the video? No, I don't. But I've got me and another Israelite on video claiming to have seen the video. From a year ago, we're saying this. From the time period of the video we're talking about. So we've got two witnesses. Now, this is not enough. Benaiah, Maury Brown, and Kelly are enough to accuse me and it'd be okay. That's all the proof needed is their word. My word and another Israelite's word is not enough here. Special pleading, fam. The mountains of evidence that have been shown and will be shown in terms of people like Kelly, Benaiah, Maury Brown, etc., relying on stuff, that's not enough. That's not enough. But yet I'm being called a liar. And I'm at least coming with the biblical minimum of proof. Yo. Dante can make public statements on cats and accountability, right? So he made a public statement about Maury Brown. If Maury Brown has done anything wrong, then he should come out in public and apologize to the people. My statements on accountability are attacks on Israel, attacks against Israel. How dare I call for accountability? In reality, what they're saying is, how dare I call for real accountability? Because Dante gave a soft call for it. Let me put out the PR statement right quick. Yeah, if Maury Brown did anything wrong, he should come out and apologize for it. Well, it's been shown emphatically that he did something wrong. What should he do? I'm not going to comment on it. You should go talk to Maury Brown about that. Huh? Well, should he go apologize to people? No, I'm not going to comment on that. Well, didn't you say he should apologize? No comment. Word? All y'all? Okay. Special pleading. The charges and claims against me here. The claim that I'm a liar. 1. 2. The claim that I have a complete lack of integrity. 2. The claim that I claim he removed videos, plural. The claim that I claim he removed a source. The claim that I claim he removed all sourced videos. So all videos containing that source. These are 3 separate claims. I want that to be understood. The claim that I claim he did it to help out Kelly. The claim that I'm on Marin TV saying all of this. The claim that he doesn't pay attention to more or to my channel. The claim that I invented being offered a bag. And the claim that I'm fence sitting with Garfield and Abu. So first and foremost, I'm going to stop sharing this, and I'm going to play myself on Marin TV saying what I'm saying, and so you can see for yourself if I say these things the way Dante is claiming that I say it. Let me stop sharing this screen. Let me start sharing this one. So I'm going to mute myself and let this go for a few minutes, family, and y'all can see what it is. I might replay it a couple times, but I'm going to play it at least once right now.
Dante, I love you too. I love everybody. I love everybody. No beef. Tell Faithful I put it in the comment section.
Hey Dante, real quick, why are you taking that? Dante, why are you taking that videos from last December of you showing your source, talking about Maghrebi Arabic, Hebrew, and Patois being spoken of in West Africa? I had to go back to other videos that I never watched from you. Me and Anonymous in January, we quote your video that you took down recently.
Why he took it down? Why he took that video
down? Because
the
church changed their website, man. When the church changed their website, a bunch of videos disappeared from the internet. A bunch of videos disappeared.
So hold on there. I don't understand. What was the basis of
I agree with you, Bruce.
What was the purpose? What was the purpose of them changing it back to where it is now?
What was the purpose?
That's a good question. What made the church?
What made the church do it? I haven't looked into it. I haven't investigated it because the church said something at one point, and they said another thing at another point. So this is because what happened when me and Pastor Kelly was debating on his timeline. I pulled out the website. I said, "Bro, the website says another thing. It's not saying what you're saying. You know somebody from the church. What the church website is saying is West African Arabic, I think, or something like that." And he's like, "No, it don't." And I had to bring it out. But I'm just trying to figure out what is the motive of the church. Does the church get more people to visit if it says Hebrew? Because I don't see any. I'm just looking plainly at what when I study Hebrew, I don't see Hebrew on the thing. It's possible, like what Orthodox more just said, that you see some sort of Arabic in probably 1 or 2 or whatever, because I've only seen like around 8 different pictures. But I'm just trying to figure out what is this big deal about Hebrew though? Why it has to be Hebrew?
Yeah, real quick. I want to say
Orthodox more said we got to look at every pew individually. Also, this thing, it's a lot going on. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can't rule out the West African scripts, etc. Right? Like, so one thing that documentary talks a lot about, it focuses on the East African side of the slave trade, right? And so you have Ephraim Isaac going through the pews or whatnot. And one, I will say this, family, I did not know this from not having watched it before. He does speak about there being a sheen on one pew. At the very end of the documentary, he talks about one Hebrew letter. I'm not going to say he doesn't. He does speak on nothing in cursive, fam. There is no soletreo in East Africa, fam. And please understand this. I want everyone within the sound of my voice to stop and listen to this. The argument coming from the We Woke Now, from Benaiah Israel, from majors, is that we did not come over on the slave ships with Soletreo. That free Jews, I want you to hear this, that free Jews, right, bought a slave whose wife they had a child with, whose child, so we're talking about an Ashkenazi mulatto at this juncture, right?
What in
Taught
the
the people at the church Soletreo. Soletreo that the people down the street of Mikveh Israel weren't even using.
Wow.
They came over with their own Torah and circumcision box. It's on display down the street. Man. So the Sephardic Jews, who we cannot find Soletreo from in the area, supposedly taught an Ashkenazi mulatto Soletreo, and then he taught it to the people at the church. Now, you tell me what makes more sense. That we came off the slave ships knowing the lingua franca of West Africa? Or that we were taught Soletreo from an Ashkenazi mulatto, fam?
Hold on, the Orthodox more. Who is teaching that?
Everyone out of his name. But now, again, go over the information from Benaiah's channel to We Woke Now to Boom Church.
Wow. This is why they don't want to hear you, bro. This is why they're trying to loop.
I don't even want to believe that.
It's hard, bro.
I don't even want to believe that. Hey, yo, tell Faithful I put that link in the comment section.
The links is in the comment section, Mike.
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't want to. Oh, man. This is when talking goes wrong. But go ahead, keep going.
So again, I'm going to show this later. So We Woke Now has said that they've had the documentary since a few weeks prior to the website being changed. That would be the beginning of December. So I've just witnessed this video in January 24th of this year, right? So they've had it for a couple months longer than me, and I'm about to show you all the scholastic stuff from the documentary without messing up the documentary, etc., whatnot. Showing you who's in it and the points that they're making, right? Because this is what I've been doing. I've been documenting the scholastic consensus on the thing. I could care less what the church says because the church isn't putting out their methodology, fam.
Hold on a minute more. Listen, somebody said, you see Price in here? He said you were excommunicated from the Israelite community. I think he said that earlier. So he said you're just lying.
Who excommunicated me? And who got the power to do so?
Yo, you know,
boy, y'all can't make this stuff up.
This is cult behavior, man.
Facts, 100% cult behavior. 100% cult behavior.
But I don't want to believe that. All right, keep going.
But why would Orthodox more come on here and lie?
That's another thing too.
Why would he lie? That don't make no sense.
Put up Jason Price's joint. Orthodox more got the butter biscuit. Orthodox more turned down the bag, family. From these same Israelites.
Wow.
Turned down the bag.
And they getting money. Israel is the talk of the internet right now.
You hearing it right here, live and direct. I turned down the bag, family. Every time they get up there and they're on panel, they divide that bag, family. What did I do? The moment my channel went monetized, I said all the ad revenue is going to the limbo. I said a tithe of my super chats is going to the limbo. You show me another Israelite channel doing that, fam. I'll wait. Talking about Bantu limbo. I'll wait. I got documentation. I was trying to do fundraisers for the limbo on them channels, fam. Shut down. Shut down. Months ago, fam. Months ago. And why? Because I was bringing out Islamic sources that were backing their migrations. For some reason, we can't look at nothing besides what they're talking about, fam. Any other source, any kind of form of information. No, man, you're going against our narrative. You're evil. You're a devil. How dare you prove the thing, fam? Again, I can get on here and have a calm conversation with Garfield. We don't agree on a lot of stuff when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to it. We disagree on a lot of narratives and whatnot, right? But we can talk and examine each other's sources. And he's going to take me serious because we've done this before, fam. We've checked each other on information before. There's nothing wrong with that.
Take the bag, man. Damn, I got to hook up with Benaiah. They giving out bags? Oh, man.
Fam, you can get a documentary popping, you can get shoes popping, you get all kind of stuff popping.
Oh man,
You get an album out right now, you know what I'm saying?
Money in it. I can't lie, it's money in it.
Oh man, I tell you, man, I tell you.
Yep. So that's me in my own words, fam. That's me in my own words. Hold on, there we go. Thought my sound was off for a second. So yeah, that's me in my own words. So let's see how that lines up to the claims. Do I need to run that back one more time, or were y'all clear on that? Shoot me a 1 if you're clear. Shoot me a 2 if you need me to run that back. Shoot me a 1 if everything I was saying was clear, and shoot me a 2 if you need me to run that back. But yeah, we're gonna see if these claims add up to what I'm being accused of. Not seeing any numbers, so let me just do it like this then. Let me just run straight forward with it. So from the tail of the tape, this is what I said on Brain TV. I emphatically asked Dante, why is he taking down videos in plural? I asked the question. I make the claim he took down one video from December. In particular. I make the claim he took down one video in particular from December. Now, I want y'all to watch this. Dante already knew I meant 2020, right? I didn't have to say nothing. I didn't have to say nothing. And why is that important? Because he recently made videos about the pews. Recently. In December 2021. So I make the claim that I had to go to previous videos I had never seen from March, again, of 2020 to get the source I was looking for. I claim one video, not all videos and sources were taken down. Again, he's making the claim that I say he took down all the videos that have this one source in it. I don't say nothing close to that. I don't say nothing close to that. I do say a bunch of videos were taken down, but I don't say by him. I'm talking about everybody involved. There's videos on We Woke Now I couldn't go find anymore. There's been the videos with Sister E and all them, well, dealing with Issachar and all kinds of stuff. I can't find no more, fam. A lot of videos been taken down. I claim he took the video down because the website changed. I didn't say anything about him helping out Pastor Kelly with that. I claim he took the video down because the website changed. I claim that I turned down the bag from the same Israelites. Never that I turned it down from him, but the same Israelites in plural. In plural. Now, I don't even need to get into the story about the whole thing. If I ever have to, I will. But I don't. And here's why I don't. Because during this same live stream, Dante's going back and forth to Berin and starts accusing Berin of throwing other people under the bus like BK apologists and whatnot, right? So Berin, in return fire to Dante antagonizing him, says, you know what, fam? I'm going to show the Facebook messages between me and you. And in those, in that impromptu moment, right? Nothing planned between me and Berin. I had never seen these photos before in my life. None of us had. None of us had. Because trust me, had I never would have dealt with these cats. None of us had. Dante independently corroborates via his own messages with Berin that they split the bag. Like exactly like how I described it. And the people I'm talking about were on the list that he provided. So Dante independently confirmed that the bags are getting offered prior to me ever having said anything. Barin didn't know what I had to say. He hears me say it. Dante starts getting it. Barin's like, you know what? Let me show the messages, fam. And Dante independently confirms what I'm talking about. I claim that these same Israelites split the super chats on panel, and he explains that whole process. Again, provoked by Dante, Barin later shows Dante offering the bag. Dante offered splitting super chats with these same Israelites. Dante independently confirmed that super chats get split. I never claimed that it was Dante that offered me the bag. Not once. And it was not. Did he offer me stuff? Sure, but it was not the bag. And I'll show you what he offered. So right off rip, we're mowing down claims right quick. The claim that I claim he removed videos, no. I'm making a claim about one specific video. Like that he showed. He literally showed in the thing that I'm talking about one video from December. That's a short video that Anonymous and I are both referencing back in January of 2021. The claim that I claim he removed the source, I never make the claim. I literally say I got to go back to other videos from his channel of that same year, March 20, to go find the source. So then how could I be claiming that he removed all videos of the source if I'm literally saying I had to go back to other videos to get the source? Again, the claim that I claim he did it to help out Kelly, you can hear it plainly. I say he did it because the website changed. That source never helped Kelly. The first time he brought it out, here's what tripped me out. I had to hear Dante use the source recently to hear how Dante understands it. Dante completely misses the Arabic side of it every time. Every time. When he first started the joint, I get it now. He read the part about Arabic. He didn't get what he was saying. He thought it helped out Kelly. He thought it helped out Kelly because it said Hebrew. And so in this short video I'm talking about, which some of you will remember from my description, because he just put out another short video just like this, where he says, oh yeah, the website changed. We need to go. I'm looking forward to see what Pastor Kelly comes out with. He did another short video like that. What I'm saying, it's in December of 2020. I want to say somewhere in between the 11th and the 19th. If my memory serves me correct. There's another 3 to 5 minute video where he's showing a clip of him. And he says, I don't really make videos about the pews, but I wanted to make sure Pastor Kelly got this. This is the time period where Boo's talking about Arabic and talking about other stuff, talking about cats, all them things there. And basically, Dante's like, this is for you, bro. I hope this is useful. I don't really talk about the pews, but I hope this is useful. Again, I get it now, just trying to cite the source where it's talking about the Hebrew aspect of it, right? At the time, I thought he was pointing towards the trade language part. And that's what me and Anonymous talked about. Again, go watch the video on my channel that's been aired multiple times from January 2021, where me and Anonymous talked about this. So you're not just calling one of us liars, fam. You're calling two of us liars, fam. You call it Anonymous went down to the church, fam. Like Kelly was saying everyone should do before Kelly even told people to do it. He got his own pictures and put up more of them than Kelly did. Anonymous can read and write Hebrew. Anonymous identified Hebrew on the pews. Anonymous told me about such. We made videos about such. And Dante, when you put up that video, we both jumped on it. We called each other about the thing, fam. Because we were like, oh, wow. It seems like Dante's trying to build a bridge It made us gain respect for you when we saw the video. It was one of the things that made me start dealing with you, fam. I thought it was a show of your integrity. And the crazy thing is now I understand you don't even understand the source you're reading. Anyway, the claim that I'm on Beren's saying all this just got proven false because you just heard me in my own words, not saying this stuff, saying specifically other things. The claim that I invented being offered a bag, again, Dante independently corroborated such. And is trying to reel the thing back like he didn't. Fam, we all saw that on the screen. We all saw the messages on the screen where you're offering Beren a bag and offering to split it with other Israelites on the panel. In the same way I said happened to me way before that part of the show. Moving forward. Exactly how am I a liar? My claim was that he took down a short video from December of 2020 that showed the Cambridge source about Maghrebi Arabic, Hebrew, and Patois being mentioned in relation to the pews. I also claimed that I had to go back to videos, and I never watched from March of 2020 to get those sources. Dante responded by sharing a video from September of 2020 in a community post. Dante responds by sending a long video from December of 2020 to me privately. Both of these are long videos. Dante responds by falsely representing my claims publicly. Falsely representing my claims publicly. Again, you can hear me in my own words. I didn't say the majority of what he's talking about. Dante attempts to gaslight, strawman, and lie about me by misrepresenting the claims. Again, that's the thing. So this community right now, and this is why I've been saying I'm scholastically ashamed of my community right now, why I'm trying to help bring up the scholarship right now. So we can actually get respected scholastically in these conversations. Because right now we're starting at fallacious arguments. And if you disagree, we move to gaslight and strawman. Fam, no one's going to ever take that scholastically serious. Am I saying I'm the end all be all of scholarship? No, fam. Not at all. I'm saying I know how to present such to skeptics to where it deads arguments. And that's way more effective than gaslighting an argument. Deading an argument with facts is way more effective than strawmanning and gaslighting. I promise you, fam. You get way more respect for that. Dante is threatening his wrenches that still support me. And I want y'all to pay attention to this. Dante never denies making the short video I described to him. He denies taking videos down. He denies taking videos in plural down. He never denies making the short video I described to him. Not once. Not in all that bloviating, fam. Not in his bloviating to y'all, and not in his bloviating to me. Again, I can't even, bruh, you literally confirmed that y'all hand out bags, fam. So please. Not y'all confirm, bruh, you confirmed that y'all hand out bags to non-Israelites. So with that juncture, fam, this is why the gaslighting got to start, because Beren's out here talking about, oh no, they're in bed with the camps and senator. It's all believable at this juncture, fam. It's hard not to believe at this juncture because Beren's showing you proof of where you offered him the bag. Do I'm saying I believe that you're in bed with the camps? I got to see more proof. I got to see more proof for me to believe that, right? I'm saying at this juncture, it's obviously plausible. And it's obvious to anybody that's plausible, fam. So let's get into some stuff to where I'm supposed to be defending Dante and where I haven't been defending Dante in the past, etc. This special pleading concept, right? Oh, let's get into this here. Excuse me. The Orthodox Moor, why are you on Bereans lying and making the claim that I took down a bunch of videos? Here's the video right here. Keep my name out of your mouth before you have the honor of becoming the first Israelite I embarrass in public. Bruh. You're out here running from Garfield and getting smacked up by vocab in debates. Please. Please, fam. I'm out here debating people you would never get in the ring with. Who would come at you way harder than I am. Who would come at you belligerent about the thing, fam. Who would come at you way harder than vocab did. You're out here running. You're running from people who are afraid to debate me, fam. So if there's anything about this you want to debate, fam, let's go. Whenever you want to. I got the time. If you want to debate Kumbaya, being Hebrew, got you. You want to debate anything concerning my fence sitting with the Boo and Garfield? Let's go. Whenever you want to, fam. You want to debate the stuff with the pews? You want to debate this Sephardic Jew thing? What do you want to talk about, fam? I'm done. I'm known as the anytime, anywhere cat, fam. Y'all have literally seen me debate people when I have dyslexia kicking in. Dante, who are you debating on DNA? Nobody. You won't even debate what you believe in, fam. How are you going to embarrass me on what? With what? You think you can embarrass me because your echo chamber follows you around like you're the air they breathe? Fam, that don't scare me much, bro. I've been on channels twice as big as yours debating what I believe in. When you believe what you stand on, you walk into the lions that no fear, fam. Like again, like I did. I go on Garfield's channel and defend y'all's information. Y'all won't do that, fam. What are you talking about? Embarrass me in public, bro. If you ever dream about doing such, you better wake up and apologize. Is that beef? No. Let's have some respect, son. Let's have some respect. I respect that you've been able to accomplish in the community. I respect the fact that you can write books. I respect the fact that you've built some halfway decent websites that are somewhat functional and usable. You can build an app. Cool. Fantastic. But people know me for one thing, being the Orthodox Moor. People know you for talking about ancient aliens and then switching to the Israelite thing, fam. So whenever you feel like you can embarrass me in public, fam, you got the green light. You got the open door. I'm your Huckleberry. Going further, you have zero integrity at this point. Nothing but a clown, and we all know it. Yep. I'm a clown that can sit down and prove what y'all can't with the same information y'all got. And it's making me scratch my head, fam. It's really making me scratch my head. Y'all got a mountain of evidence, but you can't sit down with Garfield and answer a simple question. Can you give me evidence of someone practicing your thing coming off the slave ships? That shouldn't be a hard one with the mountain of evidence that if you got it, right? And literally, without even having to show sources, just in a short conversation, Garfield's already halfway corroborating what I'm talking about. Now to know we're having to agree, yeah, then Wolof, B'nai Israel, yeah, there is rights too. Like, yo, fam, these aren't hard conversations. But they're hard if you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, like y'all are doing. like y'all are doing, which is why I've been on the side trying to get your scholarship right. And even turn down the bag to do it. So going further, the only thing worse than a liar is a rat. Now, why is that coming up? Because maybe I explained the fact that y'all break down the super chats on panel. And maybe I pointed towards the fact that none of y'all give a tithe and none of that to none of the important people y'all are talking to. Maybe it's looking bad because I said, you know what? My ad revenue, my super chats, going to the limbo. My little channel, sure. Is it a whole bunch? No. But on principle, if we all did that, we would actually be nation building. But that's not what y'all are trying to do. Y'all are trying to make this awakening about y'all being special and people buying your shoes, your documentaries, and your albums and whatnot, fam. And your books and this, that, and the third. Fam, that's not what this is about. This is about our light shining to the nations and them being drawn to the light of our rising because we're walking this thing out. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. What's this a video of? Black Jews, the religious challenge of politics and politics versus etc. Right? Again, from a year ago, right? This is from September of 2020, not December. This video is from September 25th of 2020. This can't be the video I'm talking about. I said December. So right off rip, my man is going for the misdirection. Right off rip. And here's the cold part. He still keeps fishing for it because I press him in the private chats. In the private chats, he shows me this joint. A long video from December. From December 23rd, 2020, right? And this is the cold part. I'm like, bro, why would you send me a video that you literally answer my questions in? Like, this is obviously not the one I'm talking about. Hence I describe a short video from December. Because I'm familiar with your long one on the topic. Because I'm literally in the chat where you're answering my questions. More than once, fam. Yes, that's me on the screen. At the beginning of the conversation. I'm also at the end of the conversation, fam. And again, this is a 2-hour and 4-minute conversation, not a 4 or 5 minute video. And again, he's sending this to me in a private chat, not showing y'all because he made the mistake in public. Well, I already showed them September 25th. I can't show them December 23rd. I can't show them this part of the conversation. More pressed me on the short aspect of it. But then he showed you in the whole thing. This is the crazy part. He showed you in the whole thing. In the picture he showed you from the chat that I'm telling him, no, it's a short video. It's a short video from December, not a 2-hour video. And again, I know which one I'm referring to because I'm literally in the other one. So they claim that I'm a liar. Nope. Scrub that one off. Exactly. How do I lack integrity? Dante has claimed that I completely lack integrity. I lack all integrity. Yet Dante trusted me with his personal GEDmatch kit numbers and trusted that I would not dox his information. Did he tell you all that? Dante, was that a lie by omission? If I completely lacked all integrity, why would Dante give me such sensitive information on purpose? So for those who don't know with GEDmatch, so I can see who you're related to, like your mother, your sisters, your brothers, your children, all that. I can see all that. I can go click on their stuff and click on the people they're related to and keep going and going and going to find out all kind of stuff about you, fam. Anyone can do that with your information. Anyone can do that with your Jedmatch information, right? So if you got no integrity, like you wouldn't want to give that information to people who have no integrity. If I completely lacked all integrity, Dante, why haven't I doxed you? Without integrity, I would have zero reason not to. Because the only reason I have is because you asked me not to. And I told you I wouldn't. Literally the only reason is because you asked me not to. And I told you, I gave you my word that I wouldn't. Because I know how sensitive that information is. And I know what can be done with that information. And you gave me said information because you knew me to be trustworthy. Other people let you know about me in the DNA. You were made to know that I got a lot of people's Jedmatch numbers. A lot of people's Jedmatch numbers. And I've never divulged any of them to anybody. I don't do that, fam. This is Dante giving me his kit number. This is back when I'm breaking down to Dante that he's E1B1B and how important that is to understand and why it's a kill shot in terms of slowing down the talks in the community and why we get to focus on migrations thereof. Ironically, I'm trying to focus on East-West migrations with Dante and DNA, and I'm trying to focus on East-West migrations with the Pews concerning Kelly and Benaiah. The consistent scholastic concept I'm trying to get through to my community is this East-West migration. Like Benaiah, when you can see the presentation he gives on my channel, fam, he shows a map of Israelite migrations, and literally it goes around Africa. It goes to Spain to West Africa, then it goes to Yemen to South Africa. There's nothing in Central Africa. There's nothing going through Central Africa to West Africa. So when I'm looking at people talk, I recognize, you know what? This is the information they need to understand. And so when I saw Dante had a specifically very Yemenite form of his DNA, fam, I try to slow that down. Let's really focus on this. You might have some really special stuff. And so he gives me not just one, he gives me 2 kit numbers. I'm not even asking for the kit number. I literally tell him that the pictures he's giving me are enough. He gives me the kit number. And I tell him at the bottom, yeah, this looks interesting. And no worries, I won't share any sensitive info. I never do. I literally have everyone's Jedmatch number in my crew. I tell him I won't do it. And I'm not doing it now. Because that's what integrity looks like, Dante. I got no reason not to. You and your whole crew are bucking shots at me, fam. But this is what I mean by slowing it down and not acting via emotion. And this is how you know, Dante, this is how you should know I don't have no beef with you, fam. Because I'm trying to talk to you as a man right now, bro. Brother to brother right now. Knock off the emotional nonsense and let's talk like men. Let's talk like men. Because your scholarship doesn't back up what you're trying to prove. It doesn't back up what you're trying to prove. And just because it can't, it doesn't mean that you should be gaslighting people, fam. If you want to go down that road, fine. Have fun with that, bro. I got no issue doing the Abraham Lot thing to where we just go 2 separate directions. You go your way, I go mine. No issue. That goes for Benaiah, Kelly. That goes for Maury Brown, Sister, everybody, fam. I got no issue with that, fam. But you know what? A lot of people on our chats are both saying, you know what? I wish y'all would not fight like this. I wish y'all could be at peace about certain things. And we literally can. We can be at peace about the things we agree on, and we can respectfully disagree on what we don't and scholastically talk it out. Just like I do with the skeptics, man. There's no reason I should be able to do that with people like Garfield, but not Israelites. It makes no sense. I got a history of doing it with Israelites. You'll see it in my jump in my chat, fam. You'll see all kind of different belief systems, including atheists. You see all kind of different Israelites, Torah only, Messianic, etc. You see Muslims, atheists, all that. Having peaceful conversations about what we disagree on is what I do, fam. That's why I'm the moderator of this thing. That's why I moderate debates and moderate conversations. Like, that's what I do, fam. If y'all want the gaslighting convo, cool. Don't gaslight me, though. I'm not that dude. I will not go softly into that good night. If y'all want to try to take away my integrity that you did not give me, that I worked very hard to earn, fam, you better bring your hard hat and your lunch pail, fam. It's going to be a long day. I told y'all already, typically, I would have my hand on the quiver, ready to pluck and draw. But I'm trying to pause because I recognize y'all don't really understand the information you're looking at and don't have all the information in order to understand the information you're looking at. So I've tried to slowly walk it out with y'all. Taking insults here and there. Cool, got you. Love you, forgive you. No sweat. I expect such things. Like I told Dante on his channel. He said, how do you get treated by Muslims? They do talk fear on me. How do you get treated by Christians? You know what? After talking to me for a while, they actually end up really liking me. How do you get treated by Israelites? The worst out of all three. And I expect to be. And I told them why. Because they just came out the church 5 minutes ago. And when they hear me say the Quran, they think, oh, he's a Muslim. That's the Antichrist religion. And then I walk them through my belief system. Little bit by little bit. I did that with Dante. I did that with Sister E at the very beginning of us talking. I did that with the Sean at Large after Dante's video with me. I did that with Pastor Kelly in long conversations. I told them all the same thing. I don't rock with the Hadith. I believe that Jesus is the Messiah. I believe the Quran teaches he died on the cross. I even believe the Quran teaches he's the Son of God. Just not the physical Son of God. And I debate Muslims on all this stuff. I told them I believe that Isaac is the chosen child, not Ishmael, and that the Quran teaches such. But yet the moment there's a pushback and it's all when I'm going at the Christians, etc. in the UA, hey man, me being a Muslim and me rock with the Quran don't matter. Me being Islamic Israelite don't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. In fact, Dante can do shows of me explaining the beliefs of an Islamic Israelite. But let me give some pushback to the community, fam. Oh man, I know he was a dirty Muslim from the start, fam. Hold on, wait. Did I just become a Muslim now, or was I a Muslim to begin with? And did I change my stance at all? No. So the people see the insincerity in this thing. They see the inconsistency in this thing, fam. And a lot of people who know me are begging me, please don't pluck and draw. Because I play one way when I'm trying to give you tough love, because I know it's love at that juncture, right? But if it's a fight, fam, now that's a whole, bruh, I'm using both hands now. I'm not building the walls one-handed defending. No, it's war. I'm not building the wall right now. I got to go use both hands. And if I gotta go leave the wall, please understand, I'm going to go do work really fast so I can go back to the wall. It ain't going to be no qualms in the fight, fam. We're talking like 20-year-old Mike Tyson type stuff right now. I ain't got time for all that. There's real life happening out here. Real people that need real help. That need more than shoes and a documentary and a CD. That need our light in real life. That need to see what this thing looks like in real life. And y'all, and here's the thing, fam. Just admit y'all don't know. Admit that y'all left the church 5 minutes ago and y'all are still talking this thing out, trying to figure this thing out. And you know what? People will respect you for it. I'll respect you for it. What I don't respect is y'all leaving the church 5 minutes ago, obviously still figuring the thing out, and then acting like y'all got it all figured out. Stop it. Because y'all out here calling yourselves ministers and whatnot, mores and pastors and doctors and all this, that, and the third. Some people being likened to the prophetess Deborah. Yo, we're talking about cults of personality at this juncture, fam. And if need be, I got no problem being Samson, bringing down the temple of Dagon. No issue, fam. No issue. Will not lose an ounce of sleep. But I'm also going to be that same dude, ready to build the temple with you, fam. Ready to build the storehouse, ready to build the threshing floor, ready to build a city of refuge. For real, for real. Because I do got this kind of integrity that Dante, you saw that I had when you gave me this sensitive information. Again, twice he gave me. Twice, 2 different kit numbers. Y'all are seeing this. This is back in 2021, right? The first one was prior to this. Somehow I got no integrity, though. There's been beef from then to now, but somehow I don't got integrity. So that claim gets lopped off. We're down to 2 at this juncture. Dante doesn't pay attention to my channel and the claims that I'm fencing with Garfield and Abu. First and foremost, Dante, if you're not paying attention to my channel, why are you sharing my videos? Why are you sharing my videos? Recently, at that. Why are you tagging other people to go check out the videos that you're not paying attention to? How does that work? I get the emotional tirade. Try to make me feel bad because you're a bigger channel. Fam, you think like I said, bro, this is my 3rd channel. Back when you were still talking about ancient aliens and whatnot, fam, my other channels that were way bigger were getting deleted, fam. And you know what? I grew this up on real slow on purpose. On purpose. So that the people that watch to be a certain type of people. Which is why my numbers don't go down when you guys attack me. They go up. I don't lose subscribers when y'all attack me. I gain subscribers. Because my channel is known for a certain type of decorum, certain type of dialogue. The people that come here say, Offer, I disagree with you about certain things, but I agree with you about others. And I like the way you talk about stuff. Very few Israelites that I deal with ever deal with the Quran. And they all know I do deal with the Quran, but yet they'll come here. Same thing with atheists, etc. Same things with Muslims who know I'm a Quranist. I reject the Hadith. Almost everybody that comes to my channel comes there with a disagreement off rip, but is able to respectfully disagree because they know that's what the thing is about. So again, Dante, why are you? How do you not know about my channel, but you're literally sharing videos? And I could show a whole bunch of videos you shared, fam. I could show a whole bunch of videos you shared. I'm gonna show you this one, and I'm gonna show you this one again. Not from. So this is me breaking down Dante's DNA. So you know me when I'm talking about you, and you know me when I'm talking about your DNA, and when I'm helping you out with DNA stuff and all kind of stuff like that. But you don't know me when I disagree with you, fam. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So knock that one off the list. That Dante doesn't pay attention no more. Dante, if you're not paying attention to me, like, you need to go check your account, because somebody might have pirated your joint. You know what I'm saying? Might have hacked your joint. They're sharing my videos on your behalf, and you don't know about it. So this bit about like me fence sitting with the boo and with Garfield, I want y'all to pay attention with this. Pay attention to this, because this is what I'm talking about. Like, people not understanding what the arguments they're making and what they're saying about what sources, etc. Aberrant TV. For the record, every single time Brother Garfield podcast made the claim that I'm trying to push that we are Sephardic Jews, he lied. Again, the fact that he lied, okay? In fact, I read the 1868 source to him live on your show that talks about Israelites migrating to West Africa from Central Africa prior to the Portuguese expelling the Jews. This source is written by an African about African history. Now, what that has to do about Dante not claiming that the Sephardic Jews are black and that we're also them, I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Literally no idea. I appreciate that he's talking about the migration like that, because I talk about that stuff all the time. And I say it's more important to talk about that stuff than the Portuguese stuff, because then you get lost in this whole, oh, well, the only Israelites that came to Africa were Sephardic Jews and all that. Like, nah, fam. The only Jews in Africa, North African is Sephardic. Nah, fam. That's a waste. That's why you always see me start with the Central African trade route, because it's way older than anybody coming down from Spain. Not to mention, the vast majority of us are not related to the people coming back down from Spain. The vast majority are not. The vast majority are not. Goes on to say, just wanted to expose this scammer again and remind everyone that he didn't say a single word about a ship or practicing their culture when he asked me for evidence of any slave identifying as a Hebrew, Jew, or Israelite in history of the transatlantic slave trade. I want to see the receipts that he's been asking this question for 7 years. He's been caught in way too many scams to take his word for anything. I'll tell you right now, I've heard him ask this question for years. I heard him, fam. You can go back to him talking to Pastor Kelly, fam, and see stuff like that. Can I document 7 years? No, I can document long. I can tell you personally that I've heard with my own ears Garfield asking that same question, along with a multitude of other people in the conscious community, since before I've been talking to any of you cats, since I've seen any of you cats on YouTube for the last 3-4 years or whatnot. Just because y'all are some Johnny come lately to the thing, don't mean that these cats who have been established and whatnot ain't been asking their questions, man. Like I said, I've been on here answering these questions since before y'all got on YouTube. Dante, I've been answering questions like this since before you stopped talking about ancient aliens, man. Since before you started self-identifying as Israel, fam. Yeah, get this straight, fam. All you cats coming at me right now, I was out here in these streets, in these YouTube streets, social media, etc., identifying as Israel before all y'all jumped on YouTube. And I was defending such publicly before all y'all jumped on YouTube, which is why this conversation is just chill. I done had these conversations a bunch of times, man. And it's a trip, because I try to point y'all to all kind of information and y'all don't want it. And y'all don't want it, which is why you get beat up by certain people scholastically who ask questions you're afraid to ask yourself. Check this out. It goes on to say, maybe Orthodox Moore should have called him on that lie, since he thought moving the goalpost was a good question. Now check this out. I'm supposed to call Garfield on a lie on a conversation he and Garfield had that I know nothing about. Dante, get over yourself, fam. Get over yourself, fam. I'm supposed to call my man out on a conversation y'all had that's private between y'all. And again, Dante ends up showing that it's a private conversation. And yes, it's a fantastic question. It's a question that should get answered. And it's a question I can answer. Why can't you answer it? I can literally answer with all, again, like I said on air, I'm going to use the same people that have been involved in this pew conversation. I'm not going to take it outside that. I'm going to keep it super simple. Could I get more complicated? Hell yes. Am I going to? Not for y'all. Not no more, because I see what y'all are doing with the thing, fam. I see the secret skin doctrine. So no, at this juncture, all praises to the Most High. You weren't trying to pay attention to my information and the stuff that I learned from other scholars that I brought out to the community. All praises to the Most High. You weren't trying to hear that stuff. Because then you flip out because you could really prove this thing, fam. And then couldn't nobody tell y'all nothing. But right now, y'all are getting beat up trying to pretend to be Portuguese Jews right now. So I'm going to let that happen. I'm going to let y'all get beat up trying to pretend that it makes more sense that Sephardic Jews who weren't using Sola Trail taught an Ashkenazi mulatto Sola Trail, and that he taught the people at the First African Baptist Church how to write Hebrew on the pews. I'm going to let y'all think that that makes more sense than slaves coming from West Africa, heavily Islamic parts of West Africa at that, not knowing Arabic as the lingua franca of West Africa. Somehow that makes more sense. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all get beat up on that all day, fam. Like, this is why me and my peoples came out and we started having our own conversation as Israelites on this thing, fam. And why we call ourselves the Israelite intelligentsia, of which Zadok wanted to be a part of. Now Zadok's taking shots like this, like proving the thing is not, it's not meaningful now. Fam, let's stop playing, man. Either we're clout chasing or we're kingdom building. Which one is it? Either you can stand on your info or you can't. Which one is it? Which one is it? Because we're too grown for the fairy tales. We're too grown to be playing an elaborate game of dress up, fam. And that's what this has turned into. Because we can't have a slow scholastic conversation. Because of that, Moore may be disappointed in the community, but I'm disappointed in Moore for not calling out a crystal clear scam instead of co-signing it. First and foremost, is Garfield a sincere skeptic? I have absolutely no idea. I don't know. I know this when I hit him with certain things. Like, so for instance, in our conversation the other day, he had to admit, he literally stopped and said, you know what? I'll give it to you. Those Wolof are Israelites. Just based off of the conversation and the sources being, and the information being presented. I'll give it to you. I didn't know about them. I'll give it to you. Those Wolof are Israelites. I can respect that. When I sit down and give him my information in terms of how I'm going to make this specific argument, this smaller argument in terms of like, well, can I show anybody coming off the slave ships with our practices? Yeah. I expect to really see how honest of a skeptic he really is, because he's saying no one's answered this question before. So if he gets an answer, and again, if I give him something that's scholastically airtight or something that's scholastically suitable and whatnot, and he starts brushing it off, yeah, I'm gonna say he's a dishonest skeptic. He's a cynic at that point. He's not a skeptic. He's a cynic at that point. And it's very possible he could be a cynic, 100%. But at the same point in time, fam, if you know of Garfield in any way, shape, or form, and you don't know that he's been asking this question for a long time, fam, all right, sit back and learn something. Then you might be too new to the job, fam. Just like how All your people are trying to do like character assassination based upon association. Fam. Oh, you're hanging out with the Boo and Garfield. You're the devil. Bruh. Fam, you literally had Lex Vortex on your channel for an interview, fam. This is a man who's literally called publicly for the deaths of all Hebrews. Literally called for the deaths of all Hebrews. Had a group based upon burning the Bible as the initiation process. Again, listen to the music in my videos, fam. He's talked about all throughout the music, fam. The burning the Bible concept, the Rock Nation versus the ROC versus the Yahweh War Machine, all that, fam. That goes back to Lex. That goes back to Chris Harris. That goes back to other people you see me debate on my channel and whatnot, fam. Am I here saying, oh, Dante's an evil scammer because he's kicking it with Lex Vortex because he got Lex Vortex on his channel? No. I actually advocate things like that. But if Dante can sit down with Lex Vortex, a man who's called for the death of all of us, and literally people in my crew has literally threatened the life of the people in my crew, and fam, we can all come out and tell that story and them stories. If you can bring on a man like that and have a conversation with him, a man who burns the Bible, a man who signs off every time saying power to the dark side, a man that says he comes in the spirit of Nimrod, then me having a conversation with Garfield about a skeptical question about Israelites coming off the slave ships with a messianic practice, bro, what are you talking about? That's a legit question. I can't answer that, but you can sit down with Lex, fam? Come on now. But nobody's out here trying to make you guilty by association. That's fallacious, fam. That's fallacious. And that's why even Christians will come out and defend me because they're like, nah, I don't agree with more, but at least I respect how he gets down. Cherry Love don't agree with me on much, right? But Cherry Love, again, I've been on her panel where she's told me right off her before I said anything, I'm not saved because I call myself an Israelite. And she's seen me just sit there and have a calm conversation with her, fam. And people saw that all over the place. And a lot of Christians develop respect for stuff like that, fam. Am I saying everyone needs to do that? No. I'm saying that's the kind of respect I get out here, fam. Barin's telling you, I was blowing shots at Barin. I ain't take that video down, fam. I don't take videos down. Barin, I don't even like more. He's like talking stuff about me, fam. But he can't help but acknowledge that, you know what? My methodology stays the same. I keep the same turn up on everybody. I'm turning up on Israelites just like I turned up on him. I don't apologize for that, nor will I ever apologize for it. But if Garfield's that big of an issue, fam, you should have took the debate with him. Like, trust me, if Garfield ever runs up on me and says, hey, Moore, you want to take the debate? Are we Africans? Are we Hebrews? I understand. I'm taking the debate and laughing at him while I'm doing it. And laughing at him while I'm doing it, fam. Because the question in and of itself is fallacious. In and of itself is fallacious. It's a false dichotomy, which is why I would be laughing the whole time. Because the question implies that you can't be African and Hebrew. And I answer that right off. Y'all can see it on the channel. Like, oh, so what? You're a Dogon Arab Jewish Moor? I said the majority of my people have a Hebrew culture, which is not antithetical to being African. I've been saying that same thing for years, family. For years. For longer than most of y'all have had channels on this joint, talking about the awakening, this, that, and the third. And it's documentable on this thing. And for the videos I can pull up now, there's older videos I can't pull up, fam. My name is good in a lot of different areas and arenas for how I get down and the integrity I show from spot to spot. Now look at this. I'm supposed to call out Garfield because Dante doesn't believe that we're Sephardic Jews anymore. That he doesn't push that we're Sephardic Jews. And I'm supposed to call out Garfield for lying and moving the goalpost, for asking the same question he's been asking for years that I've watched him ask. Now, this is Dante, right? This is another post. This is from after he just put up that post. The black Sephardic Jews got you in your feelings. Huh? That wouldn't happen if you weren't hiding a secret skin doctrine that black people in America can't be Israel. Wait a minute. So are we? Wait a minute. So are we the Sephardic Jews or no? What are you saying? What's the line supposed to call out, fam? I'm trying to understand because you're putting out information to where it's looking like blah. You definitely look like you're saying that, fam. So why should I call out Garfield for saying that you're teaching that we're black Sephardic Jews when you're saying we're black Sephardic Jews, literally in your own posts, after you're accusing me of not calling them out? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. I mean, do y'all think, does everyone listening and watching, do y'all think that Dante Fortune doesn't teach that black Sephardic Jews are us or we are them or that we have any relation or anything like that? Teo and them teach that? Benai and them teach that? Kelly and them teach that? Because I thought I've been seeing videos going back and forth for the longest about this from Dante's channel. So again, my man puts out a private message from them. Dante, bruh, I'm not Miss Cleo, bruh. I'm not going to say Kadamino because I can't read minds, fam. Not me, bruh. Not me, bruh. I hope you can understand. I'm not supposed to know this conversation took place unless you give me information to it, which you did not. You didn't send me this prior to all this stuff happening. I didn't get this on December 28th and 29th, fam. You sent this after we're going back and forth now. To which I'm telling you, bro, your expectations are crazy. If you're expecting I'm supposed to respond to a private conversation I didn't know about, bruh. Like, that's borderline megalomaniac, man. Borderline. But let's see what it says. Peace. As a follow-up, can you provide a source for any slave identifying as a Hebrew, Jew, or Israelite in history of the translating slave trade? That's a follow-up question. Not changing. He's adding to the question. It's a follow-up. Why are you on Berean's channel lying on me? When we were on live, I told you Alden had it on the screen. In fact, Alden was calling it my source before I corrected him. I've also read the source on video multiple times. Since you chose to lie about it, I'll make a video. It's a fam. So again, how am I supposed to know about this part of the conversation where he's asking you about Hebrew and Jews coming off the slave ships? How am I supposed to know about that? And on top of that, look at your response. You're literally not even dealing with what he's talking about. You're not dealing with this question there. You're literally talking about him being live. You're hand waving is what we call this in debates. When someone brings up a point and you don't deal with it at all, hand waving, fam. So we got hand waving, special pleading, straw manning, gaslighting, arguments from silence, fam. How is anybody supposed to take this scholastically serious? And again, right back to it. I'm not required to call people liars. Not required to. Not a clown like me. He's not a clown like me. Now, he's asking me for help. He's wanting me to break down information because he doesn't know it. I'm the clown. Yo, what it look like asking a clown for help, fam? What's that make you, fam? When you go to clowns for help, when you have to look up a clown scholastically. But you're gonna embarrass me, fam. Come on. This is why this is nonsense. This is why people don't want us to beef, period, bro. Because there's no point to it. There's no point to it. So the whole faithful, Abu, Tazarah, Sephardic Jew thing, fam, this is nonsense. Above nonsense, above nonsense. I've interacted with Tazarah on Facebook and on YouTube, and I told him the same thing in both spots. I told him where he was overcomplicating faithful to God's information, and I want y'all to hear this, fam. These are Tazarah and Dante, etc., debunked like 3 and 4 times over, right? So there's arguments being made from faithful to God that either are or not being addressed. They either are or not being addressed. I'm saying there's a lot of stuff not being addressed, man. Same thing with the Boo. And I try to point this out to Tazarah and to Dante. I even told Dante that like the Black Portuguese Jew thing is not my area of expertise because I don't really deal with that too much, right? And I don't deal because when I looked into it before and did my own research on it, there's nothing to really shake out there, fam. It's not really something that there's no smoke or fire to what they're talking about. You don't have E1B1A people coming down from Spain being the impetus of that population of Luso-Africans and Portuguese Jews coming in the area. Hence, the DNA test proves such. Oh no, but there's people there that got EM too. Yeah, that's what happens when you mix with the women, and the women still end up having some African husbands over time. That happens, fam. But then you're negating the R1 and the J and all that's there, fam. And the E1B1B, how'd that get there, fam? How'd all those get there? You're telling me that all those are black people now, right? Got you. So if I can be, for instance, now this is what I gotta understand. So if Abu has the same haplogroups as those people, and Abu's got more in GEDmatch, he's more of a GEDmatch Jew than all you cats. More of a GEDmatch Jew than all you cats, connected to North African, East African Jews more than all you cats. Is he now an Israelite? Or is he eligible to be an Israelite or not? Are we pulling the whole tail ministry things? Oh no, he's too light to be an Israelite. Ah, there comes the secret skin doctrine. But again, I gave Tazarah the playbook in public, fam, on Facebook and on YouTube. I told him straight up and down, like I tell everyone, you focus on the Central African trade route, and you focus on the migration from Yemen, Ethiopia to West Africa. I told him that Faithful to God got nothing for that. Straight up and down. Faithful even responded to that in his videos, saying that I was mischaracterizing it. Which I'm laughing. I'm like, wow, I hope Tazarah sees this and starts pressing it, right? Like you're hearing Dante, like, oh, I told Garfield about this source from Central Africa. All right, cool, talk about it, fam. Why you ain't talking about it, fam? Because when you go to the earlier time periods, you miss all this whole Black Portuguese nonsense, fam. And for the record, I came out over a year and change ago talking about that there are Black Sephardic Jews and there are non-Black Sephardic Jews. It's just how it works. That's just the history of the thing, fam. Hence, you got people like my grandfather on my mother's side, who's North African by way of Spain and by way of Mexico, who has EM34 DNA. That's just how that works, fam. He looks a lot more like Antonio Banderas than he does Mike Tyson, or like he does Wesley Snipes or something like that, right? That's just how that works, man. I gave Tazarah the playbook. I said, fam, focus on the Yemen, Ethiopian migration. They got nothing for that. They literally got, y'all saw me have the conversation with Garfield. There was a person on it talking like, nah, man, that happened, nah, man. And so we're talking it through in that same conversation. Garfield has to admit, you know what? And it got cut off on the video I had, but again, it gets re-brought up on Marin's channel, right? That video is also where Garfield confirms, you know what? The Moloch you talking about, I'll give it to you. Them Israelites. Those Israelites right there. And I'm talking about a people who are confirmed in the literature I'm telling Tazarah about. That, again, faithful to God. We was just on camera. We was just on video together. He's out bringing out the Timbuktu Chronicles and whatnot, right? Same information I'm talking about. Garfield's talking about how Echon Ever, the guy he brought on his channel, right? The Black Sephardic, the Luso African, y'all keep talking about y'all alike, right? He put up the article on Wikipedia that a lot of us use in terms of breaking down the Tariq al-Sudan and al-Fatash and whatnot. When you see my pictures that I use in my presentation, I use the pictures he put up in his web Wikipedia article. Now, I've been told cats, I'll walk through that with Faithful. He acknowledged the Yemenite migration, but would not acknowledge that there could have been Jews amongst them, right? The farthest he would go is like, we can't say that there were Jews. Cool, got you. Leave it there. Because when we press the joint, you can't really say too much about it after that. You know what I'm saying? And that's a different migration than anybody. Again, I told Tazarah, the way I understand it, and I could be 100% wrong. 100% wrong. Faithful can come out and correct me on this whenever he wants to. From our one conversation, and I may have misunderstood it. What I thought he was saying was that the only Jews that made it to West Africa would have come from North Africa or from Spain. He may disagree with that. He may think something else. But I know this, with anybody, whether Garfield, 93, Faithful to God, Abu, you start talking about the Yemenite Ethiopian trade route, fam, it changes the conversation because you're talking about a different time period, fam. A whole different time period. I don't even start my conversation here. This is where the middle of my conversation is the early 500 AD, early 500s AD. That's the middle of my conversation. That's the middle of my conversation, fam. I start my joint way before that. In terms of Israelites and Jews in West Africa and whatnot. Coming from a central Sahel trade route through from Yemen and Ethiopia, etc. That playbook has never failed me, fam. Trying to argue backwards in time, like, oh no, we're the Black Sephardic Jews. Bro, there's a fight. There's so much there to fight with that there's no point. There's so much there to fight with. There's no, because people saying they're all black. Nah, fam, you can't prove that. First of all, the DNA shows otherwise. The DNA literally shows otherwise. They're all E1B1A. You can't prove that, fam. Stop it. The DNA shows that they weren't all E1B1A, fam. If y'all want to be Black Sephardic Jews, hey, more power to you, fam. I'm not, and again, the Black Sephardic Jew conversation is a very nuanced and detailed conversation because you got to talk about different time periods. Like I was bringing this on Marin to where you do have enslaved Black Portuguese Jews. You also do have free Black Portuguese Jews who later do end up becoming known as Negroes. That does happen in history, fam. But that's a real delicate conversation you got to walk out through a few hundred years, fam. And it's not a one-size-fit-all conversation. But if you want to talk about proven Israelites in West Africa, right, and Afro-Asiatic Israelites at that, fam, then you start the conversation with the Afro-Asiatic migrations. It's just that simple. It's really just that simple. Hence, I gave Maji the playbook that y'all are seeing me use in real life. So, fam, all the claims shot down. That's all the claims shot down. That's all the claims shot down. Now, this is the freestyle and Fugazi settings, right? Dante does not deny that he offers bags to people. Dante does not deny bags get offered by these Israelites. Dante does not deny that these Israelites split super chats. In fact, all that was confirmed. Dante claims that I don't meet his standards for the bag. You see, he was saying my channel was too small for me to ever get offered something like that. Now watch this. Dante decides to admit that he asked me for favors on DNA. Omission number 1. Dante decides to admit inviting me to speak at a conference. Inviting me to speak at a conference. Pay attention to that, family. This was before I had 1,000 subscribers, by the way. Dante decides to admit making merchandise of the people is a quote that I say to him, right? That I'm calling him out on. And you'll see the relation to that real quick. Dante decides to admit that I call him out for judging the people with uneven scales. He tells you that I call him offensive. He doesn't tell you this other stuff. I wonder why. Are those lies by omission, Dante? Just asking for a friend out. So, peep gang. So y'all can see this. Y'all can see the dates and all that, right? Starts off, hey fam, can you put together a presentation on E1B1B and let me know when you're available to present it, please. I want to cover DNA, but I'm not personally going to do it because I know just enough to stay in my own lane. Laugh out loud. This is after I do the video breaking down that he has Natufian DNA. And again, I'm the one who broke that I'm the one who told Dante he has Natufian DNA, fam. Again, I'm the one who broke down how important this was to him. Hence, he's sending me the jet match. Hence all this DNA talk. Hence all this. I'm a clown, but he got to ask me questions about DNA because he knows enough to stay in his own lane. Moore don't got a lane. Moore is a renaissance man. Moore got multiple lanes, fam. Hence, I answered, yeah, I can do that. Awesome. Let me know when you're ready. No rush. Same day, I'm planning an online conference, so please keep this on the low. Would you be interested in participating in a DNA discussion with Genesis 49ers and taking audience questions? Now, pay attention to this and the timing of it, fam. Like, so Genesis 49ers and I got into mad beef with Teo Ministries and all them cats, fam, because of our differences of opinion on DNA and how non-methodological their position is, right? So Dante's out there trying to promote me and Yeshub together at an online conference. But we got to keep it on the hush-hush. Don't want men them like Teo Ministries to find out. I'd love to. When are you planning on doing it? December, close to Christmas. Conference dates are December 23rd to 25th, 9 a.m. through 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please let me know which day and time you want. Also, what 3 topics you'd prefer. You'll only be doing one presentation for 30 minutes, but I don't want people to overlap subjects to avoid being redundant. Thanks. Now, notice that. Notice this is November 3rd of 2021 that he's sending it, right? Did I reply back? No. This is one of the reasons why your boy's mad. Because he offered something and I walked away from it. Because there was a lot of nonsense and buffoonery going on. Again, this is similar time period where I'm getting attacked by all kind of Israelites, and Dante's not saying nothing, even though he has the information to diffuse it all. I'm getting called out for my beliefs, and Dante can diffuse it all. Can diffuse it all. On top of that, I find out about some stuff that made it into a documentary from Kelly, Benaiah, and Majors and whatnot. So I start talking about the team, fam. Now there's smoke. There's smoke going back and forth and whatnot. And I see what it is. I see the lack of integrity. So I'm not trying to participate, fam. I'm not. Nope. Don't need to be a part of your conference. Understand, there's not a message here saying you're not invited. There's me doing the no call, no show. I'm walking away. I'm straight, fam. I'm straight. He comes back now talking about I can't respect your lack of whatever and a willingness to lie for whatever reason. You know good and well I didn't remove any videos, but I guess that's just how snakes like yourself behave. Check the difference in how he's talking to me from his whole time to right there. Has more changed? No, more's been saying the same thing the whole time. We're now entering the realm of special pleading. So this is our last message, the last messages that we send back and forth. I want y'all to check this out. This is how we end the thing. This is why he starts making posts the next day super emotional about me being liars, this thing, all kinds of stuff, right? You got exactly what you deserve today from 93 for being a lying snake. Keep my name in your mouth if you want to. We all know you need to do something to get views, since you can't stand on your own too like a man. Like I said, miss me with your self-righteous lying hypocrisy. I've got my own channel. It's monetized. I had 400 or 500 subscribers before I started talking to any of y'all cats. They came from somewhere. They didn't come from nowhere. But I can't stand on my own too. Yet I'm by myself, literally going back and forth with 6 Israelites trying to take me down because I haven't changed my stance and I'm having integrity with it. If that's not standing on my own too, bro, I don't know what is. So here's me laughing, right? And he responds as I'm typing this comment out. I'm not trying to hear anything from anything you have to say after you lied. Good riddance. Well, I never. And this is my response to him. This is the last response in our thread, fam. Fam, you wanted me to bring up a private convo y'all had that I never knew about while on a panel that you weren't on when the topic was Lanzados and Luso-Africans. That is literally amazing. I honestly don't know what to tell you there. Besides, you might want to get your expectations in order. Second, I'm cool with missing a pop culture reference. It's what we're talking about, the 93 thing, right? And the whole Joe Budden concept, right? The comment or whatnot, right? Second, I'm cool with missing a pop culture reference. It's what happens when you actually do the research instead of skim the research. Can you handle standing in front of the Most High and telling him that you willfully made merchandise of the people and judge the people with uneven scales? You're going to tell the people I called you offensive, but you're not going to tell people that? Third, y'all got my name in your mouth like you were my last girl. I'll come at you with the truth. You come at me with your numbers. Let's see who wins. One will put 1,000 to flight. Like I said, fam, my numbers don't go down when you guys attack me, fam. They go up. I'm going to keep coming at y'all with the truth. Y'all keep coming at me with the gaslighting and the straw man and the fabricating. And again, it's going to be a clean glass of water next to a dirty glass of water. All we got to do is ask the people to choose which one they want to drink, fam. And right now it's 1 versus 6, maybe 7, maybe even 8. And the one's not breaking a sweat. Because 1, I'm not lying. 2, I can definitely stand on the truth I'm talking on. And 3, the facts are on my side, fam. Because truth knocks the brains out of falsehood every time. So if you rock with the truth, you don't got much to worry about, fam. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to tell people about, like having integrity with your scholarship. If you rock with what the facts are telling you, you don't got to worry about too much. You don't got to worry about it too much. But if you got to manipulate them, fam, all right, we're going to have a problem every time. Every time. Every time. So, yeah, all them claims have been busted up, fam. All them claims. From me being a liar to having lack of integrity to making up, being offered the bag, to being a fence sitter with the boo and fam. Let's stop the gaslighting and the straw man. And if you don't want to, it's not going to look good for you. That's all I'm saying. Like the people and serious people will see the difference going forward. I'm not the one that got to worry about that. I'm not losing sleep over that now. I won't lose sleep over it in the future. Y'all got to worry about that, man. I'm cool with my brand, right? The concept of like, I'm the Israelite with integrity. I'm the one who's known to slow it down. Let's deal with the slow scholarship. I'm cool with that, man. I don't want the brand of the gaslighter. I don't want the brand of being the straw man person. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the brand of having no integrity in my scholarship, man. I got known for like people just taking me on my word and being like, no, don't wait. Let me go get you the source right quick. Don't quote me. Like, no. Like people were recording me like I was a source. No, you can't, man. But they were doing so because like, well, no, if he said it, I know he can. I know he's not saying something he can't prove. That's not a bad thing, fam. I don't understand how that's a bad thing, fam. I don't understand how we don't want that kind of reputation out here. But I'm going to say this, I'm going to close it out. We got special pleading on integrity right now, right? Integrity to Dante and them means that Israelites are only allowed to give opposition to urban apologists and European Jews. Israelites can never give opposing views to other Israelites unless an Israelite goes against the narrative of the Israelite elite. Then excommunication is declared. Let the gaslighting, smear campaigns, and character assassination begin, fam. Special pleading on honesty. The only people that can lie are Christians or Israelites that go against the narrative of the Israelite elite. They lie, period. That's all they do. They can never tell the truth. The Israelite elite is under no obligation to call each other out for lying on Christians or other Israelites that go against their narrative. It's par for the course. It's okay. One group is always liars, and we can lie on them, and it's cool. Fam, who in their right mind is going to respect that? And literally, how dare you guys pretend to be the representatives of the Most High and have that be your standard? How dare you? Anybody who believes in the Most High is going to get mad at something like that, fam. Anybody who believes in the Most High is going to get mad at that standard. Much less at people who are declaring to be his so-called chosen people the way y'all do, fam. Knock it off. You're playing yourselves in the coldest of ways, fam. So again, I'm telling you, this is Special Pleading 101. And we need to walk all the way back from that concept as if it's a good thing, because it's not. Fallacious arguments are not where we need to start with this thing, fam. And accusing people in the public based upon them is definitely not how we need to get down. Definitely not how we need to get down. So y'all do what y'all want to do, man. I'm going to keep having the conversations I've been having. If y'all want to have this special pleading conversation, cool. No worries. I'm not going to stop you. You might see me on the other side of it, but I'm not going to stop you from having it, fam. Not going to stop you from having it. But if you call my integrity into account, fam, understand I will defend it every time. Because I earned that integrity. You didn't give it to me, and you can't take it away. You didn't give it to me, and you can't take it away. So I came, and this is the cold part, Dante. You didn't even understand the move that happened to you, fam. You didn't even understand what I did to you, fam. I purposely came out talking about something I knew I didn't have a screenshot of, that I knew I just had the biblical standard of proof for. Because I knew you would gaslight and strawman. And special plead saying that that wasn't enough proof, but that less proof somewhere else from your guys' side was enough for something else. Fam, like it. And that's the point, fam. That's the whole reason why I did that to you, fam. So you could slow down and see this. So you could slow down and see this, fam. This is somebody who cares about all y'all. I cared enough. Again, I could have been going in on Benaiah and Maury Brown and Kelly for a whole year. Did I? No. I let it go. I started going in once I figured out they were charging people for their wrong information and being prideful about it, fam. And being arrogant, being arrogantly ignorant. I could care less about y'all trying to take me down. It's not going to happen, fam. Like I said, y'all didn't build me. Y'all can't tear me down. Not worried about that. That's between me and the Most High. That's between me and the Most High. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all. And I pray y'all remember that. I'm not about beef. I'm about peace. So I'm respectfully asking, please don't try to call my integrity into account just because we disagree and you can't prove what you're saying. Because now you're making a declaration of war. I don't want that. I want to build the wall. I'll defend that wall whenever I have to. But if I got to go to war, understand there's a peace that can only be found on the other side of war sometimes. And I'm going to get back to that wall super fast. I'm not going to waste no time in no melee, fam. It's going to be shock and awe, and I'm back to building the wall. However y'all want to do is however y'all want to do it, fam. I leave that to y'all. This is me clearing my name, part 1. I got a part 2 to do with Maury Brown and with Kelly, and I got a part 3 to do with Benaiah. Is this me beefing? No. I could have been beefed, fam. I could have been dragging people for a year, fam. So please miss me with that nonsense. Please miss me with that nonsense. I'll say this and I'll leave it here, fam. I put out the disclaimer at the beginning of this whole thing when I was talking about the pews. Me disagreeing with y'all does not mean I'm beefing with y'all as an Israelite. A scholastic bullet will have a scholastic name on it every time. And I didn't start putting scholastic bullets on scholastic names on bullets until scholastic names on scholastic bullets until I saw people being lied to and having to pay for it. Now, I still say, again, I'm not against the documentary. I'm saying that these 3 people supplied faulty information to the documentary. So I say, go rent the documentary, go buy it if you want to, and go double check what I'm saying. But how dare y'all 3 individuals? How dare y'all go lie to the people like that and charge them for it? And Dante, how dare you co-sign the thing in silence, bro? How dare you co-sign the thing in silence, bro? How dare you make merchandise of the people in silence, bro? How dare you use unjust scales to judge the people with? Like you're a judge, like you can do such, fam. Y'all talking about excommunicating people, fam? Or that I left the community? More ain't gone nowhere, bro. More ain't going nowhere, fam. So get used to this style of engagement, fam. Either you want to have a peaceful dialogue or you want to go somewhere else. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to call out my integrity, fam. You're not going to act like I'm in here trying to destroy the community, fam. When y'all been asking me for help. When Sister E was interviewing Tudor Parfit, Who does she call to make that pop off? To ask the good questions? Dante, was it you? Dante, who were you calling to, you know what I'm saying, to get help with DNA? Who were you inviting to speak to conferences and whatnot? If I'm a snake, fam. If I have no integrity, you're inviting me to speak in front of people I got no integrity? Let's stop this. Let's just call it for what it is. We disagree on things you can't even prove, on things that aren't even your lane, bruh. Whatever your lane is. What scholastically, I have no idea what it is. Oh, Dante's got 500 pieces of it. Bruh, cool. Let me see you use it one time. I've yet to see you use it effectively. Hop in the ring, prove the thing, and walk away. If you're not going to do it, why take shots at people who can and do? And I'm the envious one? Bruh, stop it. Stop it. So let's get this clear for everybody listening. Am I a one West Israelite? No. Am I a Darbyite Israelite? No. Not at all. And my beliefs are clear. I've been saying what I believe since day one. I don't hide what I believe. If y'all want to know, if y'all ask me a question like Sister Rashonda at large, I'll make you a whole video answering the question. I'll make you a whole video, fam. But I'm not getting them questions. I'm getting the accusations. Oh, since you disagree with us, you must be a dirty Muslim. Okay. I'm the dirty Muslim who gets respect from your skeptics, defending topics that you talk about. That's me. And for doing such, I get strawman. I get gaslit. Okay. Definitely not beefing, but I'm not pretending it's not what it is. I'm not pretending y'all didn't draw a line in the sand. It don't take much to clear this thing up. Kelly, an apology to the people don't take much. But not an apology to the people don't take much. Maury Brown, an apology to the people don't take much. Dante, an apology to anybody you're accusing of lying don't take much. But check this out. We're talking about people who can accuse people but can't never be wrong. Pastor Kelly can talk about the Portuguese and Mandingos as if they're the same people. Like the Mandingos don't want to self-identify as Negroes or whatnot. And this is talking about the Portuguese who were enslaving them and whatnot. He can be wrong all day long about this. Sister, he can come out and back it. Shout out to Shari and Naya for coming through and showing the whole community how to have some basic level of self-respect. She got on beefing on that same conversation that Sister E was on beefing with Garfield, talking about Kelly talking about, but not Garfield's source in the Portuguese Jews and the Mandingos or whatnot. And she was beefing with Garfield for the first half of that show. She came on the second half after having seen that Kelly got the info wrong, and she apologized. It took a young woman in her early 20s, to show people twice her age how to have a good conversation, how to be respectable about certain things, how to admit when you were wrong about something, how to admit that you were wrong about something. It took a young woman in her early 20s to be an example to all of us older than her. Y'all need to let that sink in, fam. Because we had someone twice her age on that same panel that couldn't do the same thing and kept doubling and tripling down and couldn't say Kelly was wrong. And he was wrong as two left shoes. We can do better than this, fam. And we need to. And if we're going to have the nerve to call ourselves Israel when we don't, just understand. Life ain't going to be so good, fam. There were Israelites in the Bible who thought all they had to do was put on the ephod and march out the Ark of the Covenant and have the sisters dancing with the timbrels and whatnot and all that type of stuff and singing songs. And that would, for the mere fact that we're Israel, God will protect us from whatever, even though prophets were saying, no, y'all got to change what you're doing right now. And if you don't, the Most High is going to deal with you, fam. Just like now, like just saying that you're Israel isn't enough, fam. You don't get to say you're Israel and do all kind of nonsense and wickedness and act like it's cool. You literally got a whole book about people going in captivity over them things. I read that narrative all day in that book, fam. So I'm going to leave it right here. If you're talking about being part of the awakening, just remember, like I showed you in the scrolls, fam, in Zephaniah, fam, that the remnant of Israel will have no deceit in their mouth and will be doing no iniquity. We need to raise our standards as a community, fam. Being black and being Israel isn't enough. That does not equate to righteousness, fam. That does not equate to righteousness, fam. That equates to idolatry. And it's with a heavy heart that I say that equates to idolatry, fam. So we really need to check that out and root that out. Without all the gaslighting, without all the straw manning, and being real about it. Because either Israel's a secret society about the Negro-only doctrine and about like Black Jesus cracking the sky so that, you know what I'm saying, that the evil white nations can get put under their boot or made to serve the true Negro Israelite, or the gospel is about something different. The Bible is about something different. I submit something different. And I'll be making that argument. And I'll probably see you on the other side of it, fam. But with that, there is no awakening without integrity. And I say peace and love.
I like the way this feel, yeah. Let my soul cry, yeah, yeah, yeah. Minister, we gonna speak from the heart on this one. I'm performing lyrical funerals, no obituary. I killed your boy and brought him back to life. Pet cemetery. My anointing not based on attendance at a seminary. Scarlet witches, they attracted to the visionary. Everywhere I go, I bring the word with me, missionary. Soldier drafted in the war machine, military. Pay attention, what I'm saying to you, legendary. You got the demeanor of a front desk secretary. That mean you take the calls, but you don't make the calls. That's why you hate, cause ain't nothing fake about me at all. Now I dare you try to say that with a straight face. My delivery in tip-top great shape. I'm too advanced for you, light years, space age. No evolution for you cavemen, stone age. I'm a thoroughbred, rock solid. I came from the bottom to the top, rock climbing. I grew up in the hood, pros and cons. That's that full court pressure when the ambulance roll out the stretch. Why can't you see it's not logical? And you live diabolical. Boy, your point of view smaller than the hair follicle molecule. This for all of them that follow you, smoking all of them barbecue. When I pull up, your voice don't correct itself with no auto-tune. I got a whole nother level that I can enter whenever I gotta deal with the devil. I pick a whole nother method. I hear a whole lot of yapping. They wanna see my reaction. I'm really out here in the community making it happen. I don't really think they understand the dilemma. They ain't looking at the man in the mirror. I can't say it any clearer. The plan is very simple. It's time to start playing in the temple. Before somebody come and put the can on your temple. Reaching like a baby with his hand for the nipple. The Grand Reaper coming with his hand on the circle. In the van coming with a ram with it. When the van come and get him. I am so glad that I changed up. Made it out of where I came from. Watch for the slide and the hook of the slow ball, fastball, and that change up. That ghetto lifestyle, it changed us. Go back to visit, it ain't changed much. Only difference is now the way that my brain process information. And Satan, been after my license day one. Let me say something. Only reason that I'm still alive today because God's grace is amazing. Just another raisin in the sun. Dream deferred when things occurred. Now you getting served right on the curb like a lemonade stand. I just gave you the benediction, let the whole church say amen.